Undertaker is asleep. So wake up, dead man.
O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth.
Welcome guys back to yet another video. Today we're going to be doing my review for Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. If you don't know, this is the third movie in the Knives Out franchise. Knives Out, Glass Onion, and now Wake Up Dead Man. This has been known to be the most dark in the series, along with like very religious one in the series. But thing is, I've never seen Knives Out or Glass Onion, so I cannot compare this. I was going to watch it and review it before this came out, but it just ended up not happening. But basically, these are a bunch of, like, this whodunits, mystery thrillers, and I heard they're really good. So I decided to check out Wake Up Dead Man, and you don't need to watch the other Knives Out to watch Wake Up Dead Man. By my personal experience, I would say maybe it helps, but yeah. So, after watching Wake Up Dead Man, I'm going to say I'm more high on it than most of the YouTubers that I know, because this is one of my favorite horror movies of the year. And I'm giving it an A. Wake Up Dead Man was that good. Maybe if I had already seen the Knives Out movies, because I heard people that love the Knives Out movies think this is the worst out of the three. If I would have saw the other two, maybe I'll have a different thought. So that means I'm glad I didn't, because I really love this. It was dark. It was a really religious movie, so if you're not into that, then I don't know, this is definitely not for you, because this is literally all about confessions and God and stuff like that. But speaking of which, Jordan Peele, Sam Raimi are going to make a Portrait of God movie, and once that, it's a rumor. Once that gets confirmed, I'm gonna react to Portrait of God. It's a short film. I'm gonna react to it on the channel before that movie comes out. Whatever. But yeah. But like the whole movie, I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but there's a lot of spoilers to be said in this movie. But the killer reveal is super cool. I'm not gonna lie. And it is one of those movies where they tell you their entire story. But I think in the way it goes, this is perfect. The reveals, I think, are really good. The story, I think, is really good. The mindset behind the killers, I think, was really good. What they were trying to do was pretty cool, but ended up not working, obviously. The detective in this was really cool. Our main character, he was not one of my favorites, but he was still a pretty decent character. So many annoying characters in here, by the way. The villain, but not the killer, is a really good, you'll know, he's like the lead of the church. He's pretty cool, but his death is the thing that this movie's surrounded by. But he is the villain before the villain, basically. But once they reveal the killer, you're just sitting there, they reveal the killer, and you're like, oh. But then you realize that's not actually the killer. And then they reveal the actual killer, and you're like, oh. And then they reveal that there's a mastermind to that killer, and then you're like, oh. Dude, it's like... And there's moments where they make you think the main character is the killer, or that these other characters are killers, but there's so many scenes that, again, this doesn't go without its flaws. There are some moments that I might talk about here in a minute that weren't that good to me. But yeah, I thought this was really good. But, alright, negatives, I think it is a little too slow burn. I think there's some stuff in this that could have been stretched out. Like, I don't think the length was that bad. Like, it's 2 hours and 20-something minutes. I don't think that's that bad, But I think there was just other parts of the story that should have been expanded, other than the ones that they did. Like, there was a bunch of stuff that felt too expanded, especially in the first half of the movie. I was just like, can we hurry? Because, like, there's so much stuff in the second half that I would like to focus more on the first half to explain it more. But in the first, like, half, they, like, stretch out these things that are just less interesting, which that's a negative. Some of the characters being underutilized and just kind of at the end making it super obvious of who the killer is, that was kind of a negative. Like, it was very obvious. Well, especially one of them, very obvious who the killer was. And there's multiple different, like, non-killers, but that are also evil in this movie. It's actually pretty cool. But yeah, the detective's really cool. He's a really smart dude, but, people saying, like, I know Knives Out is, like, a comedy also, like, so is Glass Onion's way, like, super funny, but, for the people that saying that this has no comedy and that makes it the worst, there's a lot of comedy in this. Just watch the first scene of this movie. There's lots of talks about dong. Like, man, like, what are we doing in the Big 2-5? Like, come on now. But yeah, I'm joking. It was really weird. But it was funny, what they were doing, and then the detective was really funny. Sometimes the people that you don't like were funny, like, yeah, there's a bunch of funny elements, but I do see where people are coming from, because, again, I have heard the Knives Out movies are supposed to be funny. This one isn't that funny. I would give comedy, like, a low score. It's not very funny, but there is comedy. I was saying that, like, for the people that say there's no comedy, watch the movie first. But, overall, yeah, guys, I think this was an A. Wake Up Dead Man, win on my end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next vid. You're getting some reviews soon. You're gonna get top 10 Christmas movies of all time. You're getting, again, like I said, the Portrait of God react. Well, that's probably not gonna come out soon. Not even this month. Probably next year or the year following. Whenever that movie gets confirmed is what I'm gonna, like, not whenever it comes out, whenever it gets confirmed, I will. Well, I'm pretty sure it is confirmed. The Sam Raimi and Jordan Peele adaptation, which, please, like, them working together for the first time. That, please, and especially Portrait of God, which is a really disturbing short film. Please do. But yeah, so yeah, Home Alone review. The Grinch, how The Grinch Stole Christmas. Well, I'm going to do a video of The Grinch, of all 3 Grinch movies, the original Jim Carrey in 2018, and just put those in one video. That should be a good video. Home Alone 1 and 2 review. I still need to rewatch Home Alone 2, though, so I might just do a Home Alone 1 review. Maybe an Elf review, a Christmas haul, should be getting Silent Night, Deadly Night review, the new one, well, the OG and the new one, top 10 most likely deaths in Stranger Things for volumes 2 and 3, yeah, you got a bunch of content coming soon, and of course, bunch of reviews that I'm not even knowing about right now. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe with the bell notification coming up. I'll see y'all in the next video. And make sure you wake up that dead man when his knives are out. Uh-oh, there's a glass onion.